ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Whoever's watching this right now, at whatever time. I literally just got done with the weekly. My bad, my mistake. I just got done with the weekly markup of the week. Finished doing GBP USD and GJ right after I came right now from my run. Was what I think it was close to. I think it was 11 point something, close to 12 miles. But let's get into the weekly markup. And actually today we're going over everything because I'm not in a current trade. I've only taken 2 trades this week or this month. Positive NCD CAD on the buys and then break even on the sells. As you can see, this account was at $1 like 2 weeks ago. Now it's at $5. And I'm only trading NCD CAD till I make it to $10, and then I'm trading. And then from there I'm gonna be upping the risk. And then those same trades over here on NCD CAD on the top tier account. I mean, this one was a smaller lot size. This was the 15 pips, and then this one was close enough break even. It was just a bigger lot size, smaller position. So it was this one right here, these shorts. I was only risking, what is it, 11 pips, 15 pips for 28 pips, which was, I mean, the whole setup did end up happening later on, which is crazy. But price would have hit stop loss first, stop me out, and then continue. And then price, I closed fully at 3 pips, which was why when price was putting back up, I closed fully at 3 pips. The price went to stop loss, and I didn't enter. I didn't give it a second chance. But whatever. Price, the full position was, the buyers was mainly right, but the trade was wrong. But I mean, it wasn't a loss. For me, it was a break even, as you can see. But whatever, we're on to the next week. And then this was the first trade of the week, and the first trade of the month. We have a top of the range, we have a bottom of the range, and then we have the impulse within the range. And then we tested it perfectly. I missed a perfect entry, and then I entered late. It still gave me the full position, gave me 15 pips. I said risk free, and then price came back and stopped out at break even, right? But the main area where the correct entry should have been never got stopped out till the full target got hit. All right, so now let's get into the weekly markup. Let's go over GBP/USD first. You can pause it and read it. Bullish on everything, but from the monthly, you can see have a double bottom above 121. Monthly bullish engulfing candle above 134, which is obviously the previous area of strong supply. And it had already on the weekly. We're hopping onto the weekly. We had already previous area of strong demand, strong supply, so we could already turn into new demand again. And the first target would obviously be 134, 138. I gotta be careful right here without moving the numbers. Sometimes you gotta lock it so that it doesn't move. And then on the daily we're kind of holding this area of supply, as you can see. Previous area of supply, strong area of supply. Well, this was strong, but this was weak, right? Because if this was really strong, price here will continue melting here. But price is holding above 134. So if price can give us a nice little breakup of here, higher low, could definitely get a continuation entry. And now this would be already broken, right? And now this would technically be previous area of supply turning into new demand over here. This would be the entry, and the target would still be 138. And then maybe at 138 we could have shorts, or we could have more buys above. Similarly, same thing on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we're actually holding on this supply. H4 bullish, what is it, H4 supply at 135,500, as you can see. H4 supply at H35,500, there it is. As you can see, you could get a bullish engulfing candle above here, and preferably above 136 with the lower high, with the higher low above it. Definitely we could get in some buys. The next one is JPY. You can pause and read it. Monthly bullish, weekly bullish, daily bullish range. H4, H1 bullish turning bearish. Let's go over GJ. Wait on GUI. Yep, there we go. Always from the monthly to the smaller time frames. On the monthly, we're obviously bullish. Previous area of strong supply, we're above it. Monthly bullish engulfing candle above previous area, above the previous strong supply, possibly turning into new demand. And then we hop into the weekly. You can see that we already created a higher low above it, and price looks like it's going to already break above 199, which has previously been a strong area of supply. Now we're just literally looking for this break. The bullish engulfing candle somewhere right here, that would be the break of structure to the upside, and then we would need obviously the higher low for the entry, something like that. That still has not happened. It might happen this week, but we're literally holding this previous area of supply, and I would not sell till we break below this double bottom here. That would obviously be as well below 199. On the 4 hour, we're holding this area of supply right here. So maybe if price can break below 199, create a lower high below it, we could definitely get some sales to this area of previous demand, or the double bottom. But then at the double bottom, we're either gonna get the buys back to the upside or the sales below it. But I definitely do see price heading to the double bottom here, and definitely turning into a support. Or maybe we could break below it and turn it into new supply. That's where I was saying bullish turning bearish, because on the 4 hour, that's exactly what's happening. And now the other ones on the other, I went over NCD CAD at work. So here it is. NCD, you can pause it and read it. Weekly bearish, monthly bearish, weekly bearish turning bullish, daily bullish, H4, H1 bullish. NCD CAD. Here we go. NCD CAD is actually one of the ones that is looking really good. So you can see on the monthly, we're overall mainly bearish. On the weekly, we're bearish, turning bullish. Why? Because we're back above a strong previous area of supply and demand zone, which is this previous area of strong demand. 081,200. We're currently above it, and this week on the weekly close, we could actually close above it. And on the daily, we still don't have a daily bullish engulfing candle. But on the 4 hour, we already do. And we talked last week about this previous range. We finally broke above it, so we could stay above this, create a higher low. I definitely do see the continuation all the way to 082,500, right? That's as long as we stay above 081,200. If not, we're gonna break below 081,200, and we're gonna melt right back down. It's that simple. It's looking like a really simple setup. All we have to do is wait. On the 1 hour, the same thing. Look, on the 1 hour, it's already melting. And then the same position, the sales. Look, my sales would already been up. Remember the break-even shorts that I took? These ones, I would have already been up. I was right about the bias. I was right about the direction, but I was wrong about the trades, right? That tends to happen, especially when we have this strong ass impulsive move right here. We're most likely coming all the way to come to clear this, right? We're gonna break below 81, and then we might do the full pushback to the upside. So that's gonna be probably the fake out, right? Because So I gotta watch out for this. Maybe price coming back down to all the way to here. That was NZD CAD. Which one was the next one? Oh, man, what the fuck? Here it is. UJ. The next one was UJ. Weekly markup. Here it is. Monthly bullish, turning bearish, weekly bearish, daily bearish range, H4, H1 bearish range. On UJ. Bearish, obviously, because price failed to break above 160. And then we're finding support above 140,500. But every test, we've only created a lower high, as you can see. This after we tested 14500 here, price failed to break above 160. We tested 14500 again, price failed to break above 151, which is the previous area of supply. Respect to the previous area of supply, and now we're ranging. We hop into the daily, you can see the range a little bit better. Range between 146 and 800 and 148 500. I definitely do see buys above above 148.5, something like this, or some sells maybe below 146.200. And on the 4 hour is bearish. Obviously, price failed to break above 148.500, previous bearish engulfing candle. But now, what is price gonna do? Is price gonna respect this previous support at 146.100, or are we gonna run right through it? On the 1 hour, you can see on the 1 hour we already had previous bullish engulfing candles. So I definitely do see price running through these levels, right? Taking out all of these buyers and maybe giving us either the sell below, or maybe even continuing, maybe even rejecting back to the upside and continuing to 148.500. But right now for UJ, I would much rather just wait, especially because of this range. I would actually wait for price to break out of the range, similar to how NZD CAD just did. And then last but not least was USD CAD. So USD CAD, monthly bearish, weekly bearish, turning bullish, daily bullish, H4, H1 bullish, so fully bullish. USD CAD, here it is. Well, USD CAD is actually looking pretty neat as well, not like UJ. On the monthly, price failed to break above 146.500. You can see respect to the previous area of strong supply. We have a monthly bearish engulfing candle below 139 again, which is a previous strong area of supply. And then we kind of look at it, we came to retest it as a lower high right below it. On the weekly, actually on the weekly, we're pushing back all the way to 139 as well with respect to the previous area of demand. Let's hop on the daily. You can see previous area of demand got respected here. Kind of looks like a double bottom, and it definitely, now we have this previous strong area of supply. So now what is price gonna do here? As you can see on the 4 hour, you can see it better, this price, and that's why I have safe buys here, because obviously previous strong area of demand, previous strong area of supply. If we break above it, we're gonna test it as demand again, but here we could also respect it as supply. So on the 1 hour, I would actually wait for this confirmation right here. This is gonna tell us everything. Are we gonna hold, or are we gonna break? If this holds, I definitely do see price continuing to the upside, something like this. If it breaks, I can see price continuing to the downside, which is this right here, right? Because this is a previous higher low. If we break this, now we're gonna start seeing more than likely lower highs. So actually, I'm gonna be ready on it for when the market opens in a couple hours. for USD CAD. USD CAD, NCD CAD, and GU are the main ones that I'm looking for, right? But mainly waiting as well for USD CAD. The main one is NCD CAD for now, right? Peace and love to anybody watching this. I command you health, wealth, knowledge, renewing your entire family. I command it. Back to work.